Hello there and welcome to yet another edition of your favorite transportation program on television. On the Lagos Transportation Agenda, we highlight current events, explore topical issues, as well as even anticipate evolving trends in this multifaceted world of transportation in Lagos, in Nigeria, and across the globe. My name is Austin Yang, your host. Today on the show, we are looking at the proposed bus reform initiative of the Lagos State Government, which of course will bring again to the fore the role of transportation, and in particular the Ministry of Transportation, in the Teams Plus agenda of the Lagos State Government under the leadership of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu as a component of the Greater Lagos Initiative. In a week or so from now, the bus reform initiative is expected to roll out. What does it entail? What are its objectives? What challenges are being envisaged? What opportunities and prospects lie in store for transporters, for commuters, and other stakeholders in transportation in this state? To discuss this and related matters, I have with me on the show today the Director of Transport Operations here at the Lagos State Ministry of Transportation, Engr Olasunkanmi Ojo. Thank you for having time for us on the show today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Engr Ojo and I will be discussing the proposed Lagos Bus Reform Initiative, expected to roll in a few days or weeks from now, after this time out when the Lagos Transportation Agenda returns. Please stay with us.
Welcome on board the newly retrofitted light ferry, where innovation meets comfort on water. As you step onto our state-of-the-art vessel, you'll notice the modern design and enhanced facilities that prioritize your safety and enjoyment. Our retrofitting process has not only upgraded the aesthetics, but also improved the performances of the boat, ensuring a smoother and faster journey across the beautiful Lagos waterways. Feel free to explore the spacious seating areas equipped with comfortable amenities such as life jackets for all passengers, a first aid box, fire extinguisher, all for a relaxing ride. Our knowledgeable crew is here to assist you, making your journey as enjoyable as possible. Join us as we set sail towards a more efficient and eco-friendly future, embracing technology while celebrating the vibrant culture of Lagos. Thank you for choosing Light Ferry, where every ride is a memorable adventure.
Welcome back on the Lagos Transportation Agenda. And Engr Ojo, let me just start by asking, what are the key objectives of the Lagos Bus Reform Initiative?
Thank you. As the word implies, Bus Reform Initiative, we are changing the narrative of bus operations in the state for good. So it's a program to really bring in the appropriate operation that will promote ease of transport, safety, comfort, and key objectives. Right now, we see that most of the vehicles on Lagos Road, I would say commercial vehicles, that people call down for whatever, are rickety, and the way some of the drivers drive, can be said to be reckless. So other vices. The ministry, in conjunction with Lamata, came up with that reform. One, we want to standardize the operation of commercial buses operating on Lagos roads, and we've chosen the Lekki-Epe corridor as the first phase, corridor to be, brought to that perspective. It came out with a program. One, the buses that operate on this route, since it's a major highway, such buses must be high capacity or medium capacity. No bus that will take less than 18 passengers will be on that major highway. What it means is that, for example, an 18 passenger bus will accommodates rather 3 what 3 corporates will carry.
Yes.
The corporate is like 6, 7, 6 times 3, 18, So it means they are taking one 18 passenger bus has taken 3 corporates away.
Exactly.
So we have, the midi takes like 30. So how many 6 do we have in 30? That is 5. So one midi takes away 5 corporates.
Exactly.
And the less the number of buses, the less the environmental pollution.
Exactly, and the general congestion. That way.
Now, the buses that will run on that route will have to be roadworthy, which is number 1. That is, it has to be fixed. All the lights, the other thing. Then the buses will now be painted in the Lamata color.
Yes.
White and blue.
Wow.
And the name of the operator will be pasted on the body of the bus. And what we've done is that it's not just anyone who wishes to go there and operate with his MIDI bus that will be allowed. We have now brought together operators in cooperatives, in groups. Now, it will be easy for the government to deal with, these clusters than dealing with, individuals who has brought up a bus to apply that access. So minimum, you also has 50 buses in your fleet.
Yeah.
So you come as a cluster, we'll register you, and it helps with monitoring and enforcement. So if we see any breach, any infringement on traffic rules by any operator, so we don't need to go running after the bus.
Yes.
All we need to do is we surcharge the operator. It makes it easier for the Labata and the ministry to manage bus operations on the road. Additionally, passengers will have to pay with a cowrie card, and that eliminates unnecessary hike.
Yes.
Because what you are paying with the card is fixed, and it is what the government has approved.
Exactly.
To be charged along that.
Exactly.
Of course, an agreement with the stakeholders.
Exactly.
Also, that is to the advantage of the passengers. And of course, that reduces, corruption on the part of traffic personnel.
Yes.
So because the buses themselves now, the drivers don't have cash, to give them, so it becomes difficult to, gratify.
Yes. A driver, or anybody
who decides to, obtain monies from the driver or any operator. In fact, all the drivers, just like we have said about hailing, will go Lazarus training, and they've been undergoing Lazarus training. In fact, yesterday they were there. Sunday, the Lazarus opened its doors because we have a humongous number of drivers who will go on that route. They are undergoing Lazarus training, which is compulsory. Now they now have a tag. The vehicle is tagged. It's tagged to the driver, or tagged with the driver. So that tag on the vehicle has all the driver's details. So for a passenger or anybody, all you need is just to scan the barcode and stamp it on the vehicle, and you get all the vehicle's ID.
Yeah, exactly.
And for the drivers too, they have a driver's tag. So the drivers too have an identity that also promotes, safety, auditing, data capture, monitoring. So one, we are bringing safer buses, that is the vehicles. We are upscaling operations in terms of going cashless, and we are also ensuring that the drivers are qualified, they drive safely after having undergone the Lagos State Drivers Institute driving program. That's the whole crux of what the bus reform initiative is, and we're starting with Lekki corridor. We expect to extend to other corridors, the Ikorodu Road, Apauchi the Expressway, Aige Motor Road, Oshodi Abule-Egba, access also.
See, now as commendable as these reforms are, some of the concerns, if you like, that we encounter when we engage with both operators and passengers is usually the issue of affordability. I'm happy you talked about the cowrie card and the inability to hike at will because it's fixed and all that. Then the operators also talk about the cost of fuel and stuff, which sometimes they believe are not being factored in when these things, these reforms are being implemented. What do you say about the issue of, affordability on the part of passengers, and the fact that sometimes the rise in operational materials is usually not, being affecting the operators and their profit margins?
Of course, we know that Mr. Governor's Teams Plus Agenda has transportation as its first pillar, and the ministry is saddled with ensuring that that pillar drives the other pillars. Part of the key elements of that pillar is ensuring that transportation is safe, it's affordable, it's timely, and it's convenient. So the Ministry and Lamata have done the necessary stakeholder engagements as regards the pricing, that is the transport fare, to ensure that it is affordable, for the passengers, and also it is feasible for the operators. Of course, we know that everywhere in the world, when there is inflation or increases in cost of fossil fuel, diesel, petrol, the prices of our transport fare goes up. And but their own process is what we're trying to imbibe here.
Yes,
we need to sit down as stakeholders and what is the percentage increase of cost of operation, and that has to be proportional.
Exactly.
To the increase in transport fare. Because the government is managing all this now, the passengers and also the operators can be well assured that there is a structure for ensuring that nobody is shortchanged.
Exactly. When the Lagos Transportation Agenda returns after this time out, we will be engaging the Director of Transport Operations, Engr Owuro, on other issues arising from the bus reform initiative, including the general effectiveness of mobility and the ever-present problem of congestion in Lagos State. Stay with us after this time out. We'll be back.
Welcome on board the newly retrofitted light ferry, where innovation meets comfort on water. As you step onto our state-of-the-art vessel, you'll notice the modern design and enhanced facilities that prioritize your safety and enjoyment. Our retrofitting process has not only upgraded the aesthetics, but also improved the performances of the boat, ensuring a smoother and faster journey across the beautiful Lagos waterways. Feel free to explore the spacious seating areas equipped with comfortable amenities such as life jackets for all passengers, a first aid box, fire extinguisher, all for a relaxing ride. Our knowledgeable crew is here to assist you, making your journey as enjoyable as possible. Join us as we set sail towards a more efficient and eco-friendly future, embracing technology while celebrating the vibrant culture of Lagos. Thank you for choosing Light Ferry, where every ride is a memorable adventure.
You're just joining is the Lagos Transportation Agenda, and on today's edition of the show, we are with the Director of Transport Operations at the Lagos State Ministry of Transportation, Engr Olasunkanmi Ojo, and we are discussing the impacts, potential impacts, and the objectives of the proposed bus reform initiative of the state government. Engineer, talking about the overall issue, the vexed issue of congestion in Lagos. How exactly will this bus reform initiative have an impact, the kind of desired impact that people want to see on congestion?
It will reduce traffic congestion on our roads. Commuter buses right now stop indiscriminately at points that are not designated bus stops. And each time they stop, given the volume of vehicles on our roads, it causes tailgating, and the queue starts and it goes on and on. We have designated bus stops that have been put strategically, and those bus stops are the ones that buses that have been uploaded, that have met the requirements for the bus reform initiatives will use or make use of. So it reduces the number of stops along the line. So that takes away one aspect, that one constitutive factor of traffic congestion. In the new system initiative, passengers will not be subjected to hike by operators, arbitrary increment. Then the buses will be safe or safer than what we have now, because those buses would have passed the roadworthiness tests. Then we talked about environmental benefits too. The lesser the buses, because they are high capacity, they are ferrying more passengers than the small ones will do. We are improving on our already polluted environment. Air pollution has been ascertained that 40% of air pollution is born from automobile, green gas emission, and what you have. So, that will also address. Even the cashless will also reduce, the interface with, security or traffic personnel. Now that they know that the driver is not having cash with him, so nobody is expecting the driver to, pay. If the driver has, contravened the law or seemingly, trumped up the charges, it makes enforcement easier. Now, the state, the ministry, this around, we don't have to go after, single operators or operator rather.
Yes.
Because we now have clusters under one umbrella, one name. So if a vehicle in that fleet contravenes traffic law, all we need to do is to surcharge that cooperative, that vehicle with registration number so has gone against the traffic rules, and this is the fine for that. So it makes enforcement easier for the ministry and even the owner, because there's a settlement process put in place. As the passenger is paying, all the relevant stakeholders get their alert, they get their own share of money. So it's what is obtainable, in other parts of the world, and that is what we are trying to replicate here in the state, to ensure that transportation is smooth, it's with ease, it's safe, and it's convenient.
Well, at least it's a relief to know that the incidence of a only change and get tired with your change will be a thing of the past. Now, let me just let's talk about, is this something that the government wants to just go it alone, or does it? I mean, Lagos being a commercial hub and all that, what role do you envisage for the private sector in all this?
Well, maybe I didn't mention that at the outset. It is a PPP kind of arrangement. Who are the owners of the buses?
Private sector.
Private sector. Okay. And they are those who are on ground, who have been operating commercial buses. They have the resilience. Come rain, come shine. Their buses are on the road. They have the experience. They've been maneuvering the rough terrain. We've been managing the system for years. You can't wish them away. We're bringing them on board. What we're doing is that we are refining their process of operation. And we're now making government, an effective regulator. Yes. Apart from what we're using, we are also using technology, because with the cowrie card, we get data, we know the rights, we get all necessary information about the transaction, the corridor that operating, like we want to start with the access. So for that, we are also expecting, we're encouraging investors to come in and invest. They can be operators too. They can bring in their buses, and the government will onboard such. And the more the newer buses we get, the better for the state, the better for the ministry, the better for the operators, the better for the passengers.
Well, final words, advice for operators and for passengers, because I also imagine that the attitude and behavior of passengers will even make things better or even mar. So speak to your people, and what are we all expected to do to make this whole thing work for everybody?
That's a very pertinent question, because our behavioral attitude matters. Whether you're a passenger, you're an operator, or you are a traffic personnel on the road. Number one, I'll start with the passengers. I want to, paint a picture. Buses and passengers are like ants and sugar. Wherever you have sugar, you get the ants coming there. In those days, passengers were so disciplined that they would stand at the designated bus stops. And the buses then will drive to those bus stops to pick those passengers. But people just stand wherever they feel like it's comfortable, they like. And of course, the bus operator wants money. The driver wants money. So the driver or the operator will stop where he or she passengers. So passengers, please use designated bus stops. Don't tempt the operators to pick you where it's not legitimate, where it's not a bus stop. Passengers also use pedestrian crossing and bridges. It's for the safety of all. But sometimes when passengers, don't make use of those infrastructure put in place, causes traffic.
Exactly.
Apart from endangering their lives. For operators, they need to sync with the state, the ministry, and Lamata in this. You should see the bigger picture. And at the end of the day, everybody stands to benefit because the operation becomes smooth. And for us as the government, we will do our best possible to ensure that we railroad this project to a success for the benefit of all in the state.
Well said. Thank you so much, Engineer. That has been my conversation with the Director of Transport Operations at the Lagos State Ministry of Transportation, Engr Olasunkanmi Ojo, on the proposed bus reform initiative of the Lagos State government, which is expected to roll anytime from now. I hope that as stakeholders, we all have a part to play in the success of this reform initiative to ensure that traffic transportation in Lagos State is safe, affordable, and timely. That's been the show today. I hope you join me next week by this time when this program returns, God willing. Until then, this is Austin Young, the host, saying stay safe always and obey the rules. They are for our good. Bye-bye. God bless.